So it is October 2nd, 2019. We have Elona and Emmanuel today to co-create some miracles together. So Elona, how can I support you for some healing?
You you might hear my little puppy in the background as well. He might be barking from time to time. So in the call today, I was trying to figure out, pinpoint exactly what I wanted to work on. And what I came up with is I've hit something, I don't know what it is, where I am not actually taking actions to help myself, to move myself forward. I'm getting some intuitive hits, but it feels like I'm not deciding to move forward, and I see that in quite a few areas.
And is this something that is new for you, or does it come in cycles? Like, have you had this happen before? Tell me a little bit about that.
That's a good question. I think it hasn't been to this degree as it is now. I think it has been there, here and there when I would make career moves. But now it's, I want to say, pretty much in every area. Like I get this feel I want to move. I'm currently in Florida, and I've been craving the mountains. And then I get totally overwhelmed by, the options, the choices. I go into the I don't know. And instead of, keep taking actions, because the only way to really is through, taking action, instead of that, shut down. And then I let that go. So, yeah, I need to move into healthcare management. That's what my training is. But I feel, I don't know, like there's no excitement to go in that direction. Though my mind says, it's just a natural next step. And then I have another business. I actually coach and teach people, but I'm not taking that many actions in that too. I have to give a speech this Saturday on health and wellness, and this is something that, I'm passionate about. That has been my journey of awakening, through health and wellness. But I have to give it in my native language, which is Albanian. And so I haven't even set and practiced it, and I know in my heart, I wanna give my all, because I know it's service, and I know so many people are looking for the viewpoints I have to share. But for some reason, my mind is making it about me. You know what I mean? That I'm gonna not have the right words, or I'm gonna make this mistake or whatever. Which I know it's like a contraction, because it's not about me. When I wanted to do it, it really came from my heart. That is one of my intentions, to serve. I want to buy a house, and then the mind goes into, well, you don't have a job right now. That's not the time to buy. The market is this, which is all ahead, It feels like not, as I'm saying this to you, I'm getting this images from my childhood. It feels like not leading, not showing up, not leading. I feel like I'm hiding. Yeah, I see this. Another area where I see this too is in the romantic area as well. It's been, I think, quite some time that I got excited to get to know someone, or it's like there's something I'm broadcasting where I am contracted is the right word.
All right. So I think I have a very good understanding, so I can really hear you. I'm going to invite you to get comfortable, and just, if you have water next to you, if you want to just let yourself sit somewhere that's feeling safe and peaceful, and let's just go ahead and take a deep breath in And just letting go, just fully sinking into your body. Good. Take another deep breath in. And release. Good. And one more. And release. So my beautiful friend, do I have your permission to connect with your energy?
Yes.
Thank you. Good. Let's take another deep breath in. And gently exhale. In one word, if you could describe everything that you just shared with me, because clearly it's all connected, in one word, what does it feel like? What's the feeling of all of this?
It feels like paralyzed.
Okay. Is there any specific area in your body that you feel that more than another?
In my heart.
Maybe a little in your throat too?
Yeah, definitely. A recurring thing recently, actually.
Okay, good. So heart, throat, any other areas? Maybe a little solar plex, maybe a little bit of shoulders. Like, tell me if there's any. I want to make sure we get everything.
I see. Yeah, I'm aware of my, like, the power chakra, like close to the belly button.
So something's moving there when you think about feeling paralyzed?
Yeah, and a lot of the shoulders feels very heavy. They very like pressure.
Thank you for confirming that. First and foremost, I just want to share with you how extraordinary you are that you allowed yourself to overcome so much in your life to get here. Like, we have to celebrate that. We have to really be grateful to yourself. The way that I see it was just very organized, very structured, getting things done. Like, you did a lot in your life. So can we just take a moment and acknowledge that? Is that something that we can do?
Yeah, it makes me cry.
Because you have placed a lot of pressure on yourself only because that's what you learned what to do. And whether it's from family, whether it's societal, whether it's cultural, there's definitely this immense pressure that you've placed on yourself. And it served you well because it got you here. It did. You did so much. You've achieved so much. We're so grateful. However, it's not working the way that it used to work. And that's sort of where the disconnect has been occurring. So now we can actually alchemize it and shift that pattern of putting so much pressure on yourself to achieve, to gain, to have, to grow, to expand, and just allow it to start becoming different. We don't have to say how that's going to be, but let's let it show up in different ways, because you've become so used to that way that what's happening right now is a rebellion. And even just relaxing and resting, often where we are always driven and working hard, it's almost like even just resting is like a form of rebellion. It's like, oh, I'm doing something bad I shouldn't be doing because and obviously you've done so much work on it consciously. You're aware that it's important to rest and take breaks. You know that. This is all deep inner subconscious, which is simply a result of habitual patterns and behaviors. So what I would suggest is that we begin by feeling specific areas of your body that we talked about, one at a time, so that they feel acknowledged because they're speaking to you. Your stomach, your heart, your throat, your shoulders are speaking to you. And often people, when they think of something physical going on, they think there's something wrong. But no, it's simply feedback trying to get your attention. When we give that part of our body attention, especially when we're thinking about thoughts like, for example, feeling paralyzed and feeling that fear that's associated with that and holding it in your body and never being taught how to fully express that and heal it and release it. Like nobody ever taught you that. So now we get to do that for that part of you that didn't know how to do that. And we can do that simply by feeling and acknowledging what needs to be felt. So let's start there, and then we will start to unwind and unload so much of this pressure that you've placed on yourself, because you are evolving, and when we evolve, things that we used to use may not work anymore, right?
Exactly.
You know that very well. Let's start with what feels the most present for you when you think about feeling helpless and paralyzed. Where do you feel that out of those 4 spots in your body that we said? Where do you feel it most right now?
In my throat.
Okay. So I'm going to invite you to lovingly place your left hand, maybe the 2 fingers, the index and the middle finger, just placing that gently on the throat. And we're just going to feel that part of your body. We're going to allow the feeling of paralyzed. We're going to allow the fear associated with that. The unwillingness to feel the fear as well, because that's also part of it. There's an unwillingness to acknowledge. It's kind of like just brushing it aside, like, oh, this is not a big deal or whatever. So let's just feel whatever needs to be felt in the throat right now. Here we go. And if your mind wants to start analyzing and thinking, just thank it and bring it gently back to the physical feeling in your throat right now, okay?
Okay.
And just know that you are loved and protected by your I am presence. I'm holding the space. So whatever needs to be processed and moved through, we are going to allow it to be. So I want you to feel into that. This is your time. This is your opportunity to actually feel the fear that you were not allowed to feel as a kid, that you were told to push aside, whether through example or by words or actions or school or society. This is your opportunity to now allow yourself to feel that. And it may feel a little awkward at first, but just let yourself feel it. Here we go. And I'm holding the space with you. And just make sure you're breathing nice and deeply as you're allowing this fear or the feelings of helplessness to be honored and acknowledged. So this is the first part of us loving you.
Yeah, it feels like not feeling safe to be myself.
Of course you would feel that way, because the story and the belief and the reality and the reaffirmation through people, places, experiences of that. So let us just feel into that right now, the feeling of unsafe, feeling paralyzed. So let's just feel that in there. And there's no need to analyze, no need to explain. Let's just feel it. What does that feel like, to feel unsafe, to feel paralyzed? Let's just feel that in your throat. Good. If the mind wanders, just bring it back to the feeling in the throat. And you may notice things may start to change a little bit, a little shifts here and there. So let's just keep feeling like it. A shift. Let's just keep feeling. Because it does excite the mind. It's like, oh my gosh, but let's just keep feeling. We honor the mind. We love the mind so much. And we are going. And we love it so much. And this is actually to help the mind. This is for the mind. So let's go back to the throat and just feeling your focus, just all your 100% attention on your throat. Here we go. So while you're focusing on that, for all the times that you were misguided or had no idea how to honor this part of yourself, the part of yourself that expresses that speaks, that creates, that affirms, that is communicating. So all of those parts of you that weren't clear, that weren't open, that weren't free, we're just going to send love to all those parts of you that believed those patterns, those stories, the people, the places, the experiences that may have affirmed that. Can we do that now?
Yes.
Good. So let's just keep focusing on the throat right now. No fixing, no analyzing, no changing, no. We're just allowing ourselves to focus on any of the fear or any of the helplessness or any fear of that pattern that we used to have in that part of your body. So let's just do that. Any unconscious or conscious resentments that you're holding in that part of your body towards yourself, towards other, that's fueling you in some way, that's helping you, can we show you how to honor it, love it, thank it, and then show you how to strive and succeed and thrive beyond anything without needing the resentment anymore? Would you like that? Any mourning that needs to happen as a result of letting go of this attachment to resentment, because sometimes when that space is cleared, there's like a hollow feeling. So let's just send that love and allow it to be fully realized and expressed so that you don't have to hold on to it. Here we go. Would you like that?
Yes.
Any blame that you placed on yourself, any blame that was placed upon others or that was placed upon you by others around any subject around communication, expressing yourself, speaking your truth, being open, being honest, being free to be yourself, all of yourself. Can we go ahead and offer healing, compassion, and support to all those parts of you now? Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's just imagine your throat being fully expressed in front of you as your eyes are closed as the 3-year-old aspect of you. This is one of your many children. Every part of our chakras, every part of our body, every part of our energy, our emotions, all can be represented by many children. You had many years where you were a child. So we get to experience that now. So let's see the 3-year-old aspect of you right now, standing in front of you, the part of you that felt fear, the part of you that felt helplessness. Let's just see her right now. And when you feel ready, just kneel down to open your arms for an embrace. And when she's ready, just let her know that she can step into your embrace and fully receive this love from you. And just letting her know that for all the times that she felt like she could not speak, that she could not express, that she had to hide, that she could not communicate openly, freely, honestly, the way that she desired, we are so sorry for all the times she felt that way. And all of the people, on behalf of all the people, places, experiences that may have affirmed that for her, we are going to apologize on their behalf. Please forgive us, forgive them for all of that, the experiences that they created. They just didn't know any better. They just were continuing on old patterns from their learned experiences, environments, and behaviors. So let's just send love and compassion to that part of you and them that felt you could not fully be in your expression. All the times you felt you needed to prove yourself, you had to earn approval, that you had to earn the respect, that you had to earn something. Let's just also send love to that part of you now, just holding that space. And that's also correlated to your solar plex, so you may notice later the stomach is going to feel better, but we'll work on that as well. Take a deep breath in. And release. So go ahead and see that little girl run into your arms and just feel her head on your shoulders, and let's just hold her. Let's just embrace her. Let's let her know that she is so safe. She is so free to be herself in your arms. She can be herself. Like there's nothing she can do. There's nothing she has to prove to you. There's nothing that she has to make excuses for. She doesn't have to explain herself. She doesn't have to do any of that. She's free to be 100% herself. So let's just let her know that. It may be a little weird for her to receive that right now, but just letting her know that is enough. That's all that we need to do right now. Let's take a deep breath in. And release. And just go back to your throat chakra. Just focus on that area right now as you're breathing. As you're holding that little girl, you're loving this part of your body. We are loving your throat. We are loving your expression. We are loving your creativity. We are loving your mind for using your expression in a way that expands you and heals you and helps you thrive. We are grateful. We are loving it all. Let's just be with that. And when you start noticing it's getting lighter and a little bit softer, a little more gentle in that part of your body, just let me know.
Yes, it is already that.
Yay! So let's just thank you. So let's thank your throat for receiving our love. Let's thank it for also giving us feedback to let us know that a little more love, a little more care was needed. So it's interesting because in the beginning of our session you had said, I'm not taking action, especially when I'm really to take care of myself fully and to love yourself. You just did that. You just took action, and it didn't have to be dramatic. It could have just been you listening, and it can just be observing and feeling. That's enough. As type A people, you and I, we have been conditioned to believe that we always have to be doing. We always have to be in action. We always have to be putting effort. And I honor that, and we honor that, and we love it because that's a great quality and skill we have. But sometimes just observing and feeling is enough. Can we show your mind how to receive that?
Yeah.
And in fact, when we are observing and feeling our feelings and feeling what needs to be felt, that's us loving ourselves. And when we're in love from a very sacred space with our I am presence with ourselves, we are actually way more open, way more in flow. You know this so well, and you're so connected to your intuition, and you have a reference point. You know what it's like to have a very strong connection with your intuition. And the reason why things have been maybe a little blocked right now was simply feedback to tell you that maybe a direction change in how you are treating yourself is all that was needed. And now that that's starting to unfold, everything else is just secondary, because all of that, the money, the career, the house, the move, will just naturally show up when you are literally feeding yourself from the inside out. What was happening was the mind was thinking you needed to feed yourself outside in. So now you get to feed inside out. Can we show you what that feels like, what that looks like, what that tastes like, what that smells like, what that sounds like in your experience?
Definitely.
Good. Breathe that in. Just repeat after me. I am willing to feel.
I am willing to feel.
Do you see how all the other stuff that was happening, the running, the putting pressure, was simply the mind's way of not allowing itself to feel because it was afraid of feeling, because it was taught that maybe feeling wasn't valuable or whatever. But when we feel, we open everything up. So can we show you how to recognize the value in feeling and allow yourself to incorporate it more?
I noticed in this last few weeks and days, like I like to usually sit, as a meditation. To me, meditation is simply feeling what is, whatever is unfolding. And I've noticed I can't do it recently.
Right. Well, I would even
like 5 seconds, and then I go, do something else. 5 minutes, and then I fall asleep.
Right. Well, that's actually enough, right? So that's enough. 5 seconds is enough. It's the stories around that maybe it's not enough and that you should do more that's holding you back. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Because what happens is the mind is literally resisting feeling simply because for some reason right now, whether it's the cycle, astrological, whatever it is, there's something coming to the surface. It's asking to be acknowledged and seen and heard, and that's what it is. So even when, let's say, you're feeling, okay, it's 5 seconds and now it's going to shift because that's enough. But back then, maybe thinking, okay, well, what does it make me feel physically when I'm judging myself that it's not enough or that I should do more, I should be like I used to be? What does that feel like? And then feel that in your body. It could feel like tight, it could feel constricted, whatever. Let yourself feel it. Just be with it as long as it's needed. Then when it starts a little bit of movement, a little bit of softening, you can see it as a child version of you. You can just see it as a ball of light and just see yourself loving it and thanking it for just getting your attention. And you'll notice it'll start getting lighter and softer until you are, then from that space, you just filled yourself up with love and acknowledgement and care. And what's possible when you do that? Everything, right? Now you're gonna feel more energized, you're gonna feel more inspired, and maybe you will or maybe you won't take action in that moment in that other way that's going to be more effort based, but the key is that you already gave yourself what you needed, and now you can just continue on and really align with what's the highest for you, because you'll know, I need, you use the word I need, you can go back and listen. I need to be in healthcare management because that's what I was trained in. But is that true, or is that just what the mind is trying to make you believe because that's safe for it, or it feels comfortable until it doesn't feel comfortable? Because I don't think you need to do that. I mean, who knows what's possible now for you, now that we can not need to be attached to the belief that just because that's what you were trained in, that's what you're good at. Because you're good at a lot of other things, maybe even better.
So true, yeah.
Does that feel more freeing, a little lighter for you?
Absolutely. And I'm just seeing how I'm actually paralyzing myself when I'm not feeling the healthcare management thing. I'm not feeling it. I wasn't
then it's not for you.
But the mind goes, you need to. So
well, the mind's not feeling. The mind's not feeling.
So it's like one part of me goes no, another part says yes, and then it becomes a standing wave,
Right. So what would happen if, now that you know that your mind simply doesn't feel, it's more of a body response that you have, and rather than just believing everything the mind tells you, rather than that, now you can just pause. It's not like we're not believing it, but maybe you can just feel into it and feel where that feels needs to be honored in your body. You honor it, you move through it, and then after all of that, if you feel the same way, that, it feels expansive, it feels exciting for me to do it, then you go for it. If not, it's not for you. And that's okay, because the mind is just a creature of habit. It has no emotion, no feeling. All of that is felt through your body. Of course, the mind is part of that, but we're talking about the mind that is very primal. It's very much like a part of us that is just wanting structure, routine, and habits. That's where it thrives. Now, Are the habits supporting you? Are they helping you feel more expanded? Are they allowing you to connect with your feeling? Maybe, maybe not. But if they're not, then we can refine them to do that. And that's it. And when we can begin just by loving and listening and honoring the body, then everything else will follow. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. So I want you to check in with your throat right now and just tell me, does it feel clear? Does it feel open? Are you ready to go to any other part of the body now?
Yes.
Good. So tell me now, in any other part of your body, when you think of being paralyzed, where does that, out of the other three parts, where is that?
My heart.
Okay. So let's bring your attention to your heart. And let's go ahead and place your right hand, your full hand, on your heart. And just feel that energy between your hand and your heart. Just that back and forth. The hand is on the heart. So we're just feeling your focus from the heart to the hand, to the hand, to the heart. So let's just feel that for a moment. We're not trying to change it. We're not expecting anything. We're not trying to feel better. We're not trying to feel worse. We're just letting what needs to be felt. When you think of being paralyzed, any fears around that, we're just allowing that to be felt and acknowledged. That's all we're doing. So let's do that right now. And if you will, just take a deep breath for me. And just sigh it out if you can, like, ah. Good. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath in. Ah. Good. And just keep doing those for me as we're just focusing on the feeling in that part of your body. Any stories that your heart is sharing with us, let's thank them, let's acknowledge them, and just gently bring your focus back just to the feeling in your heart. Does it feel tight? Does it feel constricted? Does it feel like it's slowly opening? Just whatever it is. You don't have to tell me, just feel into that. Does it feel like a sharp pain? Does it feel like a fluid energy? Just feel what that paralyzed feeling feels like. Good. Take a deep breath in and release. Good. One more. So let's ask your heart if it needs anything from you right now. If there's one thing, overall thing that it needs from you right now, what is that? And just tell me what comes up for you.
So many words that come up. Fun.
So let's drench that part of your body with some fun, which is just another way of saying love and joy. Let's just feel into that. Yeah, let's feel into that. And if you can, just visualize your heart as a 4-year-old aspect of you and just asking for fun and wanting to play and just be a kid and be free to dance, to sing, to yell if she wants. Like, she's allowed to be all of that. So let's just see that for her. And let's let her know that we are here. We are holding that space and we love her so much. She doesn't have to change. She doesn't have to do anything to earn our love and to have fun. It's here. We are giving it to her. We are so sorry for all those people that may have made her believe otherwise. They may have made her believe otherwise. We are so sorry that she thought that that's what life was about. And anytime she felt like she had to grow up faster than she needed to, we apologize for that too. We're so sorry. Let's just send her that and let her know that we are here. We've always been here. Maybe there was some communication block there, but it's fully cleared now. And we are here, and we are listening, and we are honoring, and we are loving, and we are creating space for fun, for play. Just see her little body twirling around, dancing, just her free spirit. This is who she is, Elona. This is who she is. Let's breathe that in. And release. And any lingering feelings of being paralyzed, let's just send that love and compassion, because that feeling, all that was doing was just trying to get your attention so that you could love this little girl. That's it. That's all that it was doing. It was not for any other reason but just to listen and to love and give attention. How does that feel to know?
That's good.
Mm-hmm. You know, because the mind will create the story and it will really believe it and literally get trapped in it. But what if that trap or the story is simply feedback to help you love yourself more? And the more the mind is analyzing, the more love and feeling is being asked of you. And that's it. Can we show you how to receive that and how to integrate with that in the highest and best way for you?
Yes.
Good. So now let's see that little girl, give her a big hug, pinch her little cheeks with love, and just give her the biggest hug and let her know that we love her. We see her. We appreciate her. She is honored beyond measure. She can be, she can do, she can have anything that she wants. She's free. There's no limits. There's no pushing that she has to do. There's no pulling that she has to do. There's no struggle. Like, she just doesn't have to do that. So we're just going to honor all of your ancestors who experienced all of that and the parts of you that did struggle. We're just going to honor that. We're going to thank all of you, all of your ancestors. We're just going to thank them. And then we're going to release any commitments and loyalty that you have to the pattern, not to your ancestors, to the pattern of continuing the struggle. Can we go ahead and do that?
Yes.
Can we show you that your ancestors rejoice and desire for you to be free of the struggle?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good. Can we show you that your ancestors are grateful because you have just ended the cycle? You just have literally shifted the cycle, not only for yourself, but for them. Can we show you that?
Yes.
Good. Take a deep breath in. And release. And the way you're doing this, the way that you're ending that cycle, the way that you are freeing yourself of struggle is by viewing and seeing any feedback that's not feeling good to you as an opportunity just to give yourself a little more attention and a little more observation and love and feeling it in your body. That's all that's being asked of you. That's it. That's all that's being asked of you. Breathe that in.
Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, they say the most spiritual, divine experiences are the most simple things, right? The more complicated, the less, the more complicated, the less spiritual it feels. Of course, everything is spiritual, even if it's complicated. It's just going to take a minute to come back to it. But really, doesn't it feel, how do you feel in your heart right now? Just how do you feel?
It feels good. I feel like more present with it, and it's interesting. So one hand is in my heart, the other one automatically went to the stomach. Just like I feel like more in the body, more grounded in the body. And
Beautiful.
the word struggle really, I think that was that is the description. I think what I was feeling before.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you notice that it's actually a higher vibration, so struggle is actually a higher vibration than paralyzed, because paralyzed is just numb and no feeling, but struggle, there's movement, there's an energy.
Definitely.
And so now that we see it, now that we acknowledge it, and we know that you were using it, this is a process. You were literally in a process, Elona, and the process was, and it may not have been as extreme before, but now because you're so refining yourself, you're feeling it more. The process was first shut down, then slowly tiptoe, come back out of the cocoon, and then like overwork, struggle, do whatever, and then repeat. And then repeat, right? So repeat, rinse, repeat, right? Like so now you know that you don't have to do that anymore. You can actually simply shift it by feeling, by listening, by honoring, by just being, by observing, not putting so much effort. And then when you've filled yourself up, when you've allowed the heart to relax, the stomach to relax, to feel more in your body, to feel in this now, you're naturally already feeling joy, you're feeling peace, you're feeling better, you're feeling neutral. From this space, that's it. If there's anything that you feel inspired to do, maybe build your own coaching business, maybe to, you don't know, maybe to become a singer. Who knows? Who knows? Do you see what I'm saying? Because now you're so in alignment in this moment. It could be so different than that one little focused, tiny little speck of whatever that you were trying to squeeze into.
Yes.
You have just expanded. You have just become the universe. You have embraced the universe that you are. Who knows what's possible now? Are you willing to find out?
Yes.
Good. Take a deep breath in. And can we show the mind how to recognize the value, the benefit, the joy, the connection, the gain, the growth, the freedom in feeling all your feelings, in loving yourself, and just being you? Can we show you that?
Yes.
Can we download you with what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, to move in this direction?
Yes.
Good. Take a deep breath in. Good. So your heart's feeling more space, and that will continue. And of course, if there's anything that ever happens, if you think about something else and something's happening, whatever, and just if your heart speaks to you and says, oh, there's a feeling here, you just go back. You start with just feeling it, placing your hand on it, just feeling it, just allowing it to be acknowledged. Then when it starts softening, you just imagine it as one of your children, just loving it, observing it, honoring it, thanking it for giving you feedback. And then once you feel the lightness, the peace, you come back to yourself, and then you continue your day. So how's your stomach feeling right now? Is there any paralyzed feeling there anymore?
No.
Good. How about your shoulders? Just shake them for me, maybe move them around in circular motion. Tell me if there's still pressure there.
A little bit of pressure.
Okay. So let's go ahead and just feel and just feel that pressure. So that pressure has been a motivator, right? It's definitely been pushing you for a long time.
Yes.
And we're grateful for that. So let's just feel right now the pressure itself. We don't have to feel gratitude. We don't have to feel anything else. Let's just feel the pressure. The pressure can be the voice of your parents. It could be the voice of teachers. It could be, it has become your inner voice, like whatever it is. Let's just see that and feel into that pressure on your shoulders. All of the weight that you've been carrying on your shoulders, all of the extra luggage, anything else. We're just going to feel that. Good. Take a deep breath in. And release. just feel that. That was a very powerful shift. I don't know if you're starting to feel that.
Yes.
But let's just start feeling the shoulders. If they need to move, if they need to kind of do a circular motion, if they need to drop, just allow whatever needs to happen. And I'm just going to allow that presence of your I am presence to just support this pressure observation. So here we go. All this weight that you've carried your whole life, all of these expectations that you felt you had to meet, all of these stories and specific things that you just felt you had to do, you needed to do. Let's just observe them. Let's just feel into them right now on your shoulders.
Yeah, there's this belief like I don't have a choice attached to them.
So that belief that you have no choice than to put pressure on yourself, whatever that is, maybe to do better, to work, to thrive, to not be lazy, who knows, whatever.
Yeah, like I have to.
Any generational, any historical, any generational, any ancestral patterns that are continuing on through you.
Oh my God, yes, I'm continuing that.
Yeah.
I'm the first generation American. Like I have to, Oh wow, I'm continuing that.
So let's just hold that in your shoulders right now. Let's just hold it. That focus, just focus on that pressure on your shoulders. Good. Just kind of gently move your neck in your head left to the right and to the left and into the center, and just kind of relaxing, and then allow your shoulders to just come up to your ears. Just bring them up to your ears if you can. Just let yourself feel that pressure, and when you're ready, just drop. Take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, just drop. Good. Let's take another deep breath in. Shoulders to the ears, and drop. Good. Let yourself feel that pressure. Let's breathe in again. Shoulders up to the ears, and then drop. Good. Shake it out for me, and let's just feel any lingering pressure that needs to be felt. Let's give it its dignity. Let's give it its right to do that.
I'm feeling like more compassionate. More compassion for myself.
Yeah, that part of you that was like a workhorse, right? Like literally, like go, 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 go. And I mean, it's good. It works for a little while, but eventually, our spirit doesn't operate in that way. Our I am doesn't like to be in that space. It wants to be in flow and ease and grace. So that's who you are at your core. That other thing was just an outfit that you were wearing for a while. You just decided to wear the same outfit for a long time, and now you can lovingly, put that outfit in the laundry and put on a new outfit that feels more expansive. It feels more freeing. It really highlights what you really are, which is free and ease and love and peace and gratitude and joy and bliss and innocence. That's who you are. That's who you are at your core. And you get to now fully love it and own it and be in that energy. Can we show you how to receive that?
Yes.
Good. So can we send love? Can we just send love and compassion to your shoulders for holding so much and just trying to get your attention? Can we just do that?
Yes.
Good. Can we honor all the parts of you that, whether it was through yoga, whether it was through meditation, healing yourself, whatever, all the parts of you that worked so hard to heal this? Like, can we just send love to all those parts of you?
Yes.
Good. And can we also send love to the parts of you that were wanting to be in the comfort of the same structure that was pressuring you? Can we send love to that part of you too?
Yes.
And it's a choice. You're allowed to have that. Now you know you have other choices. I think the pattern that was stuck there was that you didn't have a choice. But now you know you have another choice. You just gave yourself the other choice. And the mind, when it has a reference point, now it can do something different. When it doesn't have a reference point, it has no idea what to do. And of course you would be carrying so much pressure on your shoulders, And so now I want you to imagine your shoulders represented by the 8-year-old aspect of yourself, the part of you that is supposed to be responsible and has to, has chores and has to do things and has to get good grades. Let's just see her in front of you right now. So let's just send her so much awareness and through word, through feeling, that she doesn't have to do any of that in order to be loved. That was a story. That was a pattern that she learned from her ancestors, from her culture, from whatever it is. That was just a pattern that she learned, and it's not who she is. She doesn't have to earn love. She doesn't have to earn success. She doesn't have to earn. She is already success. She already is love. She already is enough. She's worthy. She's deserving. Let's let her know that. Even if she doesn't get straight A's, that's okay. She may want to get straight A's and it's enjoyable, but if it's a little overwhelming and too much pressure, she doesn't have to. Or if she has to play sports, or if she has to be in music or whatever, she doesn't have to be the best because she already is good enough. Let's let her know that. Let's breathe that in. Any lack that she took on behalf of your ancestors, specifically your parents who may have struggled financially, whatever it was, let's just honor that and thank the part of the innocent girl within you that felt she needed to also struggle. Can we go ahead and send her that love now? Would you like that?
Yes.
Good. Good. So let's go ahead and just embrace her in our arms. Let's scoop her up and give her so much love, and just letting her know whatever she wants, whatever she dreams, whatever she desires to be and have, she gets to do that. And we're loving her and we're supporting her in being free to be herself, being free to ask for support, to ask for love, to not have to do it all on her own. She doesn't have to do that. That's when you learned it, by the way. You learned it at that age, like very young. You don't have to. It's not necessary anymore. I mean, it served you well, and we're grateful, but now we can sort of allow ourselves to take what blessings that brought and then continue something that feels more expansive. Can we show you how to do that?
Yes. Yes, and
Good.
receive all the love around, too, because I see it. It's so abundant. It's so...
Mm-hmm.
So
it's you.
and everything, even in the weather, it's so
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
gotta let
it's in the weather. It's in the wind. It's in the weather. It's in the sound of the birds. It's in the trees. It's in the sunshine, the warmth. It's in your breath. It's in your beautiful skin, your eyes, your hair, your ability to feel. How beautiful is that? How grateful are we? How magical is that? Let's breathe that in. And I want you to imagine yourself massaging the shoulders of that little girl. Just let's massage them. Anything that she was holding there, any pressure, let's just massage that for her. And while you're doing that, I just want you to feel yourself go ahead and raise your shoulders to your ears really tight, and then when you breathe out, drop them. Here we go. Good. Take another deep breath in. Hold it for like a few seconds up to your ears. Hold, and drop. Good. And one more. Take a deep breath in and drop. And if you would, just, you can use your left hand to massage your right shoulder a little bit. And then when you're done a little bit with that, do the same with your right hand to your left shoulder. Just massage, kind of opening it up a little bit and just loving it, like giving yourself a pat. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. You're doing a great job. We love you, and we don't have to hold that in. And you'll notice that this will continue to open up. I and the huge support of body work, so things like massage, things like that. I don't know when the last time you had one. Hopefully it wasn't too long ago, but yeah, that would be very helpful, specifically to just allow a lot of that pressure that you've been placing on yourself. I actually, for the shoulders, I like chair massages. If you have a good place that does good chair massages, that would be really helpful, because that will kind of just allow it to open up. Or if you have somebody like a friend or something who wouldn't mind for 5 minutes to give you a massage, that's great too.
That's cool.
All right, so how's your shoulders right now? I want you to just shake it out. How are you feeling? Do you feel more space?
Yeah, a lot more space and light.
What I'm sensing is you're feeling fully present. I feel like you're fully in your body, you're fully anchored, like it's almost like 20/20 vision if you look around. Are you noticing
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Good. So welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank
I'm
you.
so grateful that you're here. And let's just really express deep gratitude to these 4 parts of your body that were simply trying to bring you back to yourself. So can we do that?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Thank you, energy. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, this experience. Thank you, universe. We're so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. We're so grateful for you. We honor you. We know that this was exactly what was meant to be. There was no forcing. There was no pushing. There was no pulling. It just was. And we're grateful, and now we're choosing to make this our reference point as we move forward, whether it's in career, whether it's in romance, whether it's in just feeling more love and connection, spirituality, whatever it is. We're just choosing to allow this to be this easy. Why not? Why not let it be this easy? Let's breathe that in. And if the mind ever wants to complicate it, we just go back into feeling what needs to be felt, we honor it, and we come back into the ease. Would you like that?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Oh my God,
Go
yes.
ahead. Let's go ahead and stretch your arms up above your head as high as they can go, wiggling your fingers to the sky. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Arms wide open. Just repeat after me. I give myself full permission.
I give myself full permission
To be myself.
to be myself.
To be my full, authentic self.
To be my full, authentic self.
To feel my feelings.
To feel my feelings.
Because by doing so, I'm loving myself.
Because by doing so, I am loving myself.
And that's all that I ever need to do.
And that is all I ever need to do.
And I am willing.
Ooh, and I am willing.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Now give yourself a big energy hug. Thank you, universe.
Thank you.
We're so grateful. We are so blessed for this sacred moment in time that transcended all linear timeline that brought you here. How grateful are we? All those people, all those places, all those experiences, the way that you were treating yourself, all brought you here. It was worth it, wasn't it?
Thank you so much.
Good. How are you feeling right now? Do you feel free? Do you feel peace? How do you feel?
Yes, I feel light and I feel here.
Good. So I'm going to invite you to make sure you're well hydrated today. Take extra care. Just make sure to just, if you want to listen to the birds and just sit in nature, or if you want to just be in this stillness that's I'm feeling very strongly right now happening for you, breathe this in and be with this energy, at least for today and tomorrow, and then you can continue on, okay?
Awesome. That is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So happy that we connected.
Thank you for everything that you have felt, so that you hold the space for the rest of us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Elona. That means so much to me. And thank you as well for everything that you've gone through so that you could hold the space for all of us. So thank you.